What's good, man? This is your boy at DFS Mastermind _ over on Twitter. Thank you for clicking on the video. We currently have a 4-game slate. That's on the main slate. And then early only over on Draftkings, we got a 3-game slate. I want to talk to you about the main slate. Hopefully y'all got enough information on the early only to handle your business, get to the green line. Listen, I normally don't give away lineups, but I gotta do it. I gotta have a revenge game. I gotta right the ship, man. The lineup I gave out last night did total trash. Bradley Beal, trash. Alex Lynn only played 11 minutes. I thought he was gonna have a way bigger role than that. We seen Dragon Bender absolutely go ham. Marquise Chris, he cannot stay out of foul trouble. He is getting very, very shaky for me. But listen, I'm back today, man. Trust in the process. And we're going to get to the green line, man. So I wanted to start it off with a brand new lineup that I'm giving out today. At point guard, man, we got the one, the only, Donovan Mitchell. I think Donovan Mitchell, he finally had a bounce back game. He's been looking very, very subpar. He played 39 minutes, 41 fantasy points. That's a pretty big day. He has Portland today. I wanted to get some exposure to this late game. We had the 3 games at 6 o'clock, and then this one starts at 8. I wanted to make sure I have me just a piece in the late night action. So I went out and grabbed Donovan Mitchell. I feel like he's in a very good spot. And I also think Ricky Rubio is questionable. So that's something we can look at. If we find out Rubio is out, Donovan Mitchell gets an even bigger boost. And then we can look at guys like Alec Burks. We can look at Neto if you want to. But I think Donovan Mitchell is safe either way it goes. Moving on to shooting guard, we got the boy Tyreke Evans, man. He's finally back in action. They couldn't get him off. They couldn't ship him off during the trade deadline. So he's going to be back playing a very big role for this team. We already got news that Wayne Sheldon is out. Andrew Harrison is questionable as well. Tyreke Evans will already take the reins back, man. He will be that guy. And since it's his first game back, man, I hope a ton of people are sleeping on him and forgot about how good Tyreke Evans is and how good he was producing while he had the starting job. So I'm gonna go ahead and lock in Tyreke Evans at small forward. It's my guy, man, Bogdanovich. I play this guy almost every time he's on the slate. His price is too cheap, man. At 4,800, we're not asking for a ton of points, and with this price tag, he has a ton of upside. I know it's not the greatest matchup, man. He'll have to deal with some Jimmy Butler defense, maybe some Andrew Wiggins defense. Either way it goes, very cheap price tag. I don't mind running him out. And I got 2 Minnesota players, as you see, so I wanted to have somebody to run it back on the Sacramento side. So I wound up with Bogdanovich. He's pretty much the point forward. Fox, he does a lot of the ball handling. When Fox goes out of the game, Bogdanovich is in charge of the ball, in charge of a lot of playmaking. So I really like him in this spot. Of course, you see Taj Gibson and Big Cat. I just want to take advantage of the Sacramento bigs. They haven't been able to slow anybody down. I'm going to stick with that trend. I'm loading up on both of them. There's not a ton of power forwards that I really like. Like, look at the power forward section. It's pretty empty. Now, of course, if Melo remains out, we can look at Grant if you want to for a cheaper option. Powell, he should get a lot of love because the Mavs will be resting some players. But yeah, man, this is not a ton I love. Jermichael Green may be a little too cheap, so I think we can run him out. But my favorite guy is Taj Gibson. I'm going to go ahead and stick him in there. I'm pretty sure he's one of the most consistent players, man. We can expect 15 and 10 almost every single game he steps on the court. And he has a ton of upside in this price, so I don't mind him. Moving on, at my first guard spot, I got Chris Paul taking on Dallas. We know this is a excellent spot, beautiful spot. We seen Chris Paul have a terrible game. I was on him last game, as y'all hear the birds chirping. I was on him last game, and he did not do anything for me. 25 fantasy points. I only played 22 minutes versus Denver. I was expecting big things, but Chris Paul didn't even get a single rebound, man. He normally gets around 5-6 rebounds. He didn't shoot the ball well, so it was a poor game. I'm going to go right back to him in another good spot. So I think that's my top point guard, man, of the slate. I feel like you must have him. I think he'll get overlooked as well. So I want to go ahead and lock in Chris Paul. Then in my forward spot, I got Mr. Doug McDermott. Now, I'm pretty sure he will get the start due to the Mavericks resting a few players, man. I think he'll start at the small forward position. He should be in a fine spot. I think he's finally in a situation where he can take a lot of shots, man. He can be a featured part of this offense. So it's early. It's early. We don't have a ton to look at. Last game, he played 21 minutes, 18 fantasy points, shot the ball 9 times. That's pretty decent. So tonight I'm expecting around 33 minutes, 32 minutes, and I'm expecting him to shoot the ball double-digit attempts, and he would definitely be able to crush this price tag. And wrapping it up at my util spot, I got Mr. Mario Chalmers. I already talked about Harrison being out or being questionable. Sheldon is already out. They're down to a few bodies, man, and I think we could really lean on Mario Chalmers, man. He's been playing big backup minutes. Now, if Harrison is active, I have to put a disclaimer out there. I will go find me another util spot because if Harrison is active, it's just going to be an extra body in there, and he'll have a few less minutes. The reason I'm really into Chalmers as my util spot is because I'm hoping we'll get one less body out of the way, and he can play the majority of the backup minutes. I don't want him to have to share that role. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for me, man. Hopefully this lineup will cash. I know my last lineup was so garbage. I had to come back and get y'all with another one, man. We're going to stick to the process. Y'all know what it is. I want y'all to bless up. Let's cash out. And let's get to the green line, man.